So yesterday we were talking about quality, productivity. What is quality? What is productivity? Reflect in your own life. What makes you productive? What improves your quality of work in different domains? Those type of things we were talking about. Because it should start from yourself before you look at different organizations, different companies, how they are so productive and how they are able to produce quality work and all of those things. It is first you need to understand yourself, that where your strength are, where is your weakness, what are your productive times, what is your pattern, what is your passion. All of those things I think are first you should, I think, look at those things. And once you have understood those type of things in a relatively better way, then maybe wherever you will go, you are going to take your personality or characteristics, and they are going to, for example, we were talking about right fit, yeah, and then we were talking about so many people are, not satisfied or not happy with their, they don't, is satisfaction is one thing, and being really happy and being in that joy zone is very different. If you think about that, so many friends were putting in the chat like satisfaction rate is this, and some friends were saying okay, 50% are satisfied with the worker. And the way, I'm not sure what they really were trying to convey, because even if 50% are satisfied, that means 50% are not satisfied. That is a lot, that is a very high number. Like half of the people are not happy or not satisfied with their work. That is what is that, what is that, yeah, if you think about that. But then, you have to think about these things the way in your cultural settings, yeah, different countries, different cultures, different lifestyles, you have to consider all of those things. But essentially, I was not really referring to satisfaction, to be honest. Satisfaction is, are you satisfied with your life? Yes, I am satisfied with my life. Are you really enjoying it? Are you really having fun? Are you in that happy zone? Yeah, are you that excitement zone? That is, I think, I feel the way I look at all of this, I feel that is different. Maybe, I don't know. You need to think about that. If satisfaction and happiness, you, for you, it is like you are thinking it is the same type of thing, then no problem in that. Yeah. So want to show you couple of maybe, uh, yes, Nasir, this is very true, very true. It is really hard to make everyone satisfied. You are managing a company and you are trying to motivate people and you are trying to give them the task which will enrich their job and enrich their, their every moment at workplace, and you are trying to do that as a manager. But is it really possible? Is it, so for example, I'm conducting the session, is it possible that all of you are equally satisfied with me? No, believe me. Maybe you are enjoying and you look forward to the class, but there are many people who don't, who think that what is going on. Yeah, really, I know this for a fact. Yeah, I know this. Yeah. So so it is really hard. It is not even to make people satisfied in that way. It is not even that. And as we progress, I think by day 3, I think, or maybe early day 4, this thing might be a little bit more clearer the way I want to express it. Yeah. Um, so think about these things. Anyways, I want to show a couple of clips maybe and go through some things, if I can. Yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to show you. We are talking about what is quality. What is quality? And you guys who are, giving your thoughts. I'm muting the voice of the video. You're not going to hear the voice because I want to just speak. So this is a case. This is, you are seeing a gun in the hand of a guy, and there is a car in the background, an SUV. Yeah, and what is going to happen is the CEO, the chief of the company, is going to come, and he's going to sit in the car. Here he comes, yeah, and he's going to sit in the car, and the guy with the gun is going to fire on the screen of the car. Yeah, they're gonna fire. He's gonna sit himself. He's the chief. Chief is going to sit behind his product. He does not have to. They can put a dummy or something, yeah. But chief says, I am going to sit behind my product because this is how I believe about the quality of my product. This is what is quality. Standing behind with your life. His life is there. His life is at stake. One mistake here and there, and he's gone. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, you can say now he's wearing a protection something, or but his face, look at his face. This guy, yeah, his face is not protected. So this is how he comes out. Yeah, he did not have to do this. And look at his body language. Yeah, look at his body language. Yeah, there's no problem with that. This is how he stands behind his product. This is how much quality product he thinks it is. No problem. Yeah. So can you, like, this is how you need to stand behind your product. Like if you are really talking about like, this is, I produce quality work, I produce productive work. Yeah. Not many can do that. Can you think of other products where people are going to stand behind, like with their life like this? Yeah. So this is, if someone asks me what is quality, this is how I'm going to explain to them that this is quality to me. Like yesterday you guys were explaining, and nothing is wrong in what you are explaining. I'm just giving you my thought, and this is how I would want to look at. It's quite dangerous, you know. It's a would. He did not really have to do this if you think about it. Without sitting himself, he could make the same message. But when the chief comes out and he sits behind his product like this, that is where you now what do you think? Is there anyone who wants that thing, that technology, bulletproof? There he comes again. It's not that he's going to come one time. He says no problem. I'm gonna put different scenario. Come again. Yeah, I have no problem. It's more than 100%. Right? Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that he did not really have to do it. He did not have to sit behind. You think he really have to sit behind? And if anyone wants this technology, do you think they are not going to buy it? They are going to go for this or some other product where the chief sits behind and gives the demonstration. Of course, they are going to. What will be the impact on the sales? What will be so what type of personality you think? Not everyone can do it. If the next CEO comes for the same company, you think they are going to do that, even if you know that you will be safe? It's quite risky. It's quite risky. Yeah. So think about this in the context of quality and productivity, and link it with the discussion we were having yesterday. There's quite a few material on the website. You really need to start looking at it. I've made some points yesterday, so just gonna skip the things which I said already yesterday. You need to pay attention to them and do some work, because some of your friends are watching the clips and they are referring to those things and making extra points in their reflections. You don't want to stay behind from your colleagues in that regard. Yes. So, but again, don't feel any pressure or anything. Feel like the clips or watch other things wherever your heart is, and do those type of things. This is what I wanted to talk about. I think upside of feeling down. We feel down. We don't feel like doing something. We say, well, today I don't feel like doing it. Today is not my day. I don't feel like doing it. So how that impacts the productivity and all of those things. I really enjoyed reading this article. I hope you will find time to read it. Beyond happiness. Yeah, beyond happiness. We were talking yesterday. We were talking about happiness, joy, and all of those things. But there is, in productivity, You have to go beyond that point, beyond happiness. Happiness and joy is important, but for productivity there is not, it's not happiness and joy. Because if you are going to depend on happiness and you are going to perform when you are happy and when you are enjoying and all of those things, then again it is not productivity, because then it depends on your mood. Productivity does not depend on anything the way I want to convey to you. Yeah, everyone has their own style. Yeah, so if you will take some other productivity class, I'm sure they are going to say different things. And don't take anything like for 100% whatever I say. These are just pointers. You now think about these things. If this makes sense to you, take it. Don't make sense to you, don't take it, disregard it. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, that happiness, I'm happy today so I will perform good. Yeah, what about the day when I will not be happy? No one is happy every day. Well, there are exceptions. I am happy almost 100%, 99.9% of the time, but that is exception. That is exception. Yeah. Most of the people, it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Yeah. So if you are dependent on that joy thing and happiness all the time, then the question is, when you will not feel happy, how to remain productive in that point in time. So this type of reading, you need to do that beyond happiness. Beyond happiness. Yeah, the upside of feeling down, the upside of feeling down. Yeah, when you are feeling down, still positives in that. Yeah, negative emotions do us a great favor. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. Negative emotions do us a great favor. They save us from ourselves. They are signals urging us to change what we are doing, and they are actually necessary for feeling good. You need to read this article. I'm not going to talk about it here. Don't have time for that. Yeah. You need to really read it. Yeah. Well, you don't need to. If you want, you read it. If you don't want, no problem. It's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah. Goal setting, we were talking about. Goal. Importance of knowing where you want to go. Where do you want to go? That is the first step. You want to know where you want to go. Otherwise, productivity is not going to really help you. You will be doing this thing and you are productive. You're doing that thing, you are productive. But you are not making any movements, because the direction is not, the purpose. The direction is not very clear, 100% clear in your mind, in your thoughts. And this is what I want to do. Yeah. And so goal setting is extremely important. First step. Goal. Set your goal. Sit down, set your target goal. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Actually, productivity is not really hard. If you ask me to explain, it is not hard. To do is different thing, but to explain, like if you ask me, well, we don't have so much time to listen to whatever you have to say. Just break it down in 2-3 lines and just tell us what it is. What are you trying to do? You don't need 15 hours to explain productivity. What is the main thing? Main thing. Come here now. Pay attention. This is what it is. Essentially, it's not too much. Essentially, it is set your goal. Number one is set your goal, your target, your objective. Now you can go on this, but essentially it is set your goal. Yeah. You want to break it even down. Goal setting, 2 words. Yeah. You want to say it in 1 word, goal. Target, 1 word. Yeah, target. Number 1, target. What is your target? Goal, number 1. Number 2, focus. That is what it is. You set your goal and you focus on it. That is what it is. Yeah. Nothing else. What else is productivity? Now you can go here and go there and motivate and this and that. You can spend a semester on this productivity. You can spend as much time as you want, but what it is really is like you set your goal, set your target, and after that you focus. You focus on it. 100% focus, just like I'm 100% focusing on you, not thinking about anything else. Yeah, and you're going to see it. You're going to see it. There's no way you can't see it. You have to see it. Yeah, what is that? Goal. Goal is to explain what I'm trying. That is my goal, and now I'm focusing. Yeah, that's it. Goal focus. Yeah, forget about other things. You don't need to watch. You don't need to watch anything. Right? You don't want to watch. You don't want to watch motivation clips or anything. You know, you don't. This is what it is. This is what it is. Set your goal. Focus. Focus. Unwavering focus. Now you can go on and on explaining focus. What is focus? How to keep focused. Distractions. Distraction. Yeah? My phone is off. Why your phone is on? Why you are on WhatsApp? Why? You're not focused. Why you are doing looking here and there and this and that? Why your mind is thinking about other things? You're not focused. If that is true. Yeah. You're not giving 100% attention. 100%. You pay 100% attention, your mind start giving you ideas on productivity and those type of things. So this is what it is. Set your goal, focus. Now, if this is true, and of course you can disagree, I'm not saying that this is it. This is my point of view. You don't feel this is true? Very good. Think with your own mind. Have your own thoughts. No problem in that. Yeah, I'm sharing my thoughts. Yeah. So think about number one, goal setting. Now, how important it is to set the goal in the right way. How important, my friends, it is. Extremely important to really set the right goal. If you are not going to set the right goal, it is going to be a lot of problem in that. Yeah, you have to set the right goal for yourself. Many times what happens, people set a goal and they are going for that, and once they are close to the goal or they reach it, they say, my God, what was this? I don't really want it. So what happened when they were selecting the goal? Something was missing there. Yeah. Something was missing there in the setting of goal. And then we are changing also. Remember that all that conversation, when people change over a period of time, they're changing. Yeah, especially in the management of change course, we spoke about that. It doesn't matter, even if those friends who are here with me for the first time, doesn't matter. We know this, that changes happen. Yeah. So goal setting, I think, is really, 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 I cannot stress it, how important is goal setting. Spend some time in this is the goal which I want to really achieve. Spend time. And then, because then you are going to focus on it. But if you focus on a goal which you really did not want, what is going to happen then? It's going to be very troubling. Very troubling. Going to be very troubling. It's going to be because if you want to achieve your goal can be achieved. You can set a goal and it can be achieved. It is not that because you're going to go all out. So very likely, not 100%, very likely, even if you don't reach the goal, going to come very close, because that is the nature of life. Generally speaking, people who set their mind and set the target and then focus 100% focus on it, generally speaking, God forbid if anything really goes wrong or something like that, you generally speaking, people do get it. And then afterwards, let me share some story with you, and then there is a price of goal. Like when you will be focusing on one goal, then it will be so many, like you will be sacrificing. You are not doing so many things because you are focused on your goal, your objective, you are spending time in that. All of those things are going to happen. There will be a price for that. Yeah. So when you will reach the goal and then you will look back, then you will say that, oh, this was not worth it. It can happen sometimes. It can happen. Um, it can happen sometimes. Um, it can happen. It can happen. That story is going to be too much for you guys. So I think reflect in your own life. If you have you ever felt that something like that, that you reach the goal, that you get the thing what you want, you get the thing what you want, and then once you get it, you say that it's not worth it because what you had to give to get that thing, that was a lot. Yeah, so think about that. It's a fantastic talk on goal setting. HBR idea cast here. Please listen to it if you have time. I want to share this clip, this short clip. It's a Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson. So he's like world champion. He has been world champion in boxing. And those of you who maybe don't know, let's run a quick Google search on him, and I hope I can find something which can be interesting for someone who, yeah, boxing record, 58 total fights, 58. Yeah, look at the right bottom lower half of your screen, right side lower half, boxing record. Yeah, right side of your screen, um, lower section, lower right section, boxing record. Total fights 58. How many he won? 50. Out of 58 boxings, the world champion. Yeah, 50 he won, and out of those 50, 44 he won by knockouts. Knockout. He knocked out his component. 44. Just 6 loses and 2 no con. This is a very interesting career. Very interesting. Mike Tyson. Yeah, read a little bit about him. But I want to show you one of his clips to you. One of his clips. This is here. It's just 30 seconds long clip. Just 30 seconds. Yeah. Please pay attention to this. It's with voice, so you will see what he is going to say. So here we are. All right.
Look at this stuff. This is history here. You're history. This is garbage. I can say I bled for garbage. So this is meaningless. No, at one time it meant a lot. When you're just a young kid, this is everything to you. But then you realize your priorities change. And you just want your children to be happy and do nice things. And that makes you happy. This is nothing. This is just nothing, man.
I personally found it very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. If you look carefully, the belt he tossed away is like his world championship. Yeah, look at that. World champion. World boxing champion. World. Not in his country or city. World champion. World class. You saw his record just a while ago. Top performer. Saying this is after once he has all those things. There was one time when he was working day and night on this. This was his goal and he was fully focused. He reached that goal and then he says, he's saying it's garbage and he's tossing it away. Yeah, what is it? And an interesting thing he said priorities change. It's very interesting. Priorities change. Very interesting. Priorities change. Yeah, priorities change. So in all of that, to really sit down and really set goal and then go for it. is can be very tricky. It can be very tricky. It can be very tricky because who knows, after a while that goal is not your goal after 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and you have spent 10 years, 15 years on that, and now you are saying this is garbage. Yeah. So then now with this background, I need to even break it down for you. Like first I said that what is productivity? Productivity is simple. Number one, goal, target. Number two, focus. This is what I said. Yeah. And now I said a couple of things about goal, and I show you this. So what really is productivity? What really is productivity, guys? Productivity is one thing. One. One. Just one. Please pay attention. Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, this is what it is. Nothing else. One thing. What is that one thing? Are you ready for that one thing? What is productivity? Productivity is, that one thing is focus. That is what it is. Attention. Yeah. Focus. Yeah. I was listening to this guy and he was saying, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, whatever you are doing, just focus and work will improve, quality will come, productivity will come. This is what productivity is. One thing, focus. Anything, any job you are doing, any job, you do it with full attention, full focus. Anything, or maybe washing the dishes. You think that is a simple job. Focus on that and see what happens within you. Do this exercise. Small jobs which you think are, what is this? It's a small job. Cleaning floor in your house, or cleaning the desk or with the mop or something. A small job. What is that? Just focus on that job in that time. Don't think about other things. Focus. Feel the cloth in your hand. Feel the surface which you are going to wash, going to clean. Feel that atmosphere. Take it in. Focus, attention, and do it. Something is going to happen in your personality if you do that. Try it. Try it once. If it makes sense, you can do it again. If it does not make sense, no problem. Do the things which make sense to you. At the end of the day, productivity is focus. People who are productive, they are focused on their thing. There is a big price of focus. There is a big price of focus. Because in our life, different things needs to be done. We have to work, we have to look at family, we have to look at spend time with parents, we need to spend time with friends, we need to do so many things, yeah? So many things, yeah. And when you are doing so many things, how to find focus? Many people, there is a lot of literature on multitasking, different things in different time. The type of productivity I want to share with you, that don't allow that. There are different types of productivity, right? So the type of productivity I want you to take away requires a lot of sacrifice. It's not about multitasking. For me, for you, maybe you want to multitask. Very good. That is perfectly fine. Not stopping you. Do what you want. But the way I understand productivity, you have to go all out in it. You have to give yourself to it. You have to find something, find you are passionate about, and you give everything to it, and then see what happens. Now, what is going to happen to work-life balance? Forget about it. If you want to really productive, what is real productivity? People who have really done something significant in life. We spoke about Edison yesterday. 1093 patents. Someone said it in chat. I did not say it. I did not even look it up. Yeah, you guys told us 1093 patents. You think he had a balanced life? You think that? I don't think so. You think his parents were happy with him and his wife was happy? Was he even married? With that, we need to look it up. And if he was, then was he enjoying a successful married life? We need to really look it up. Yeah. So then and like other people, like in your country, don't look at Edison. Look in your country, the person who got your country independence. Yeah, almost all countries got independence from some other nation, maybe except few. Well, look, read their life. How many hours they were working? What they were working 8 hours? They were working 8 hours? Please write me an email that they got your country independence and they worked 8 hours. Please send me email on that. And if that is true, then I need to really rethink everything about productivity. I really need to rethink everything about productivity because that is not how I understand it. Yeah. So then the question is that are you really want to be productive? You are taking this course, you are really doing it for productivity or quality? What type of productivity quality you want? What type? Is a you don't want productivity and quality. Maybe you want maybe you want a job well done, good job. Yeah, good job, well done, an excellent job maybe. Yeah. uh, but because one of the formulas of productivity, if you will look into formulas, I'm not looking at formulas like to map out formulas like in the production plant or something like that. We don't have time to go into those details and calculate formulas, right? So if you look at one of those formulas, they say that it's like your input and your output, and there should not be any waste in that. As a matter of fact, quite a few people have been talking about lean in your reflections. I never spoke about lean in my in my discussions or anything, but you guys, it seems, a couple of you have spoken about lean. Should be lean. What is lean? Lean is essentially you're taking out wastage. Then you are doing different things in it, of course, but essentially taking out wastages. The real productivity means that there is no waste. Yeah, the way one of the definitions, the formula explain it. Yeah, you input and you maximizing the output from that. So if that is the maximizing of output is the is the thing, if it is maximizing the output, then from a human being you want to maximize the output from there. Maximize. Yeah, maximize the output. So if you are looking at in a balanced way, then the way I look at it, and I know that many people don't agree with this, many people, one of my mentors don't agree with me. Yeah, one of my mentors don't agree with me. He always tell me go for balance. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was talking with one of my mentors after we disconnected, and was talking with him yesterday. We had a long talk, and he said it to me in some other. We were talking about other things, but he said it to me that balance is very important. Balance, and it is. It is very important. Balance is very important. Yeah, but then productivity and all these things which I am saying. Yeah, you have now. This is a dilemma. It's a big challenge. Like, what is your goal? It is going to be dependent on that. If your goal is very big, it's a big dream you have, something bigger. It's not like becoming an engineer or becoming a whatever world class lecturer or world class professor or finding the dream job or building a house and buying your favorite car. These type of things. This is what type of goal these are. This is goal everyone who does not have these goals, who does not want to have good life, who does not want a good job, who does not want money, who only those people who are gone in jungles and they are like, yeah, everyone want it, everyone want good life, everyone want that. Is that what? If this is the goal you have, this is the goal everyone has. This is normal human beings. They good food. You want to enjoy life. You want to go on holidays. Everyone want that. Who does not want it? The goal. What is your goal? What is your goal? Let me see what you guys are saying in chat to understand your frame of mind, because I'm saying very strange things today. Yeah, saying strange things today. That is what it is. Okay. With goals, it is good to set them high, but just high enough that it needs you to work and try harder, not to make them too difficult. So you want to stop midway. One of our good participants, always participate, Eleonora, she's saying that set goals, but don't set them too high. Yeah. Dream big, dream big, dream big. Dream of things which you think you cannot achieve. Go for the things, especially when you are young. You guys are young. All of us are young. And no one is, I don't think no one is old. Yeah, young people. Dream big. Big dream. Big. And be ready to fail because it is a big dream. Dream big. One of the friends said in her reflection that she wanted to be remembered. Once she's gone, she wanted to be remembered. I think two friends said this. Want to be remembered. You have to do something extraordinary which other people have not done. Why one person is why one person do something big and other person don't? Why is that? Why one person is doing something big and other is not? This is mine. It's their dream. They people who do big things, they dream big. They don't think what will happen if I will fail. Please pay attention. They don't think what will happen if we will fail. One more time. They do not think what will happen if we fail. They think what will happen if we succeed. This is the mindset. It's very hard. Do I have it? I'm telling you guys, do I have it? No, I don't. But I want you to have it. Yeah? I want you to have it. But then there is a price. You're going to big dream. People are going to say you are stupid. People are going to tell you this is not possible. But same thing they told to Edison. Do you think Edison, when he was doing working and people were saying, yes, you're going to do it. Stupid man, Edison. Edison known as stupid man. Imagine you are on road and everyone is telling you you are stupid. You are stupid. You are so stupid. And he is working. And now how many years gone? And we are talking about him. And we continue talking about him for a long period of time. This is what it is. But you have to look at yourself. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. No. Just think about these things and balance them with what Eleanor is saying. She's right. Because if the dream is big and you don't able to achieve it, then there's psychologically, mentally, all those problems are going to come. Are you able to take those? If you are not able to take those, then it's a different type of productivity is for you. A different type of productivity. Yeah, Nasir, look at this, what Nasir is saying. I always target my goal very high and then later realized it is unrealistic for me. Before setting goal, we need to understand how much we can do. How much we can do. Who tells you how much you can do? Who tells you? Who tells you how much you can do? Who tells you? It's your mind and other people influence. So one thing, your mind, you need to take care of your mind, and then other people around you, they tell you what you can do and what you cannot do. Yeah? What other? Is your mind and other people most of the times. Yeah? So next time when you are really, really, really hungry, really, really, really hungry, yeah? Next time when you are hungry and your mind is telling you it is time to eat, don't eat. Don't eat for half an hour. Nothing will happen. You won't die. Well, you have to be careful about that. If you have some condition or something, I'm not a medical doctor, so you have to, I should not say that. But I hope you get the what I'm trying to say. Your mind is, when your mind is telling you need to sleep, now don't sleep. Say, I'm gonna sleep after half an hour. What happens? It's your endurance. Your mind is telling you, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a run. And when your mind tells you now you cannot run more, tell your mind, I am going to run more. I'm gonna run 5 minutes more. Just tell it and keep on running. Nothing will happen. You will do it. So what is this? The mind is a mind. Some people say mind is a limiter. It limits us because of the way we were born and the way environment and the people around you are telling you you cannot do something. How do they know you cannot do something? How? How did they know you cannot do something? They are they, you are you. How someone is telling you can't be that, you can't be. Why? You said international business management. You did not see that the little girl always video the in the international market section. What is that? But there is a cost. There will be a big cost for that. So you need to think about the cost. So and unrealistic. Nasir is saying unrealistic. Fair enough. Unrealistic. What is realistic? What is realistic? What is realistic? What is realistic? Where are you? Which country you are? You are listening to my voice live. I'm in Jamaica. Where are you? How much far we are? You are listening to my voice live. You can see me. My video is on live. This is realistic. This is realistic. Yeah. And some friends are giving their observations and how they do it. Fair enough. Goal, short term, this and that, all of those things, very good, very good. That's perfectly fine. Economic status, all those type of very good motivational music video, nice. You can listen to that. Marcus, beautiful. The problem with big goals is often the self-doubt that comes along the way. Beautiful, 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 Marcus. And that is what happens with all of us. Self-doubt. I won't be able to do that. And that is why I said they don't think what will happen if we fail. They think what will happen if we succeed. Think about this. Think about this. Very important. Very important. Very important. Yeah. Time management and these type of things, you need to think about these things in your own time. Uh, difference between busy people and productive people, these type of things you're going to read. There's so much material online and on my website. Busy people want to look like they have a mission, productive people have a mission for their lives, and so on. Yeah, you can look at these things in your own time, no big deal. Sleep, I think sleep is very important. I know some of you are sleeping very less. That's not good. That's not good. The mind needs rest, it needs sleep, it needs sleep. So please give your mind some rest, sleep, sleep well. Sleep is important. Whenever the mind is tired, you need to you have some assignment to submit or something. Don't worry about the assignments. And take a nap, half an hour. It's not, I'm not saying sleep like sleep. Take a nap, half an hour sleep, 1 hour sleep. It will refresh you. You have not you seen like you are very tired or something. You sleep in the day you sleep for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You wake up, you are like a little bit refreshed. But different people have different requirements. Some people feel drowsy after that. Some people different. So you have to look at your body and your environment and what you need to do. I'm just giving an overall idea that I feel that sleep is very important for mind to function properly. So, um, um, yes, true, yeah, and that's why I'm saying you have to look at look at your own body, because Marcus is right. 30-minute nap is gonna go into 4 hours. Good one, Marcus. Totally agree. This happens. So you have to look at your own thing and what is happening, but it's not like it's not the hours. It's like you are awake 20 hours and you are sleeping 4 hours, and you think it is maybe more productivity or something like that. Yes, you have more hours, but it's like the quality of the work, and for some people it can and in the later ages also, the research says that people who don't sleep decent number of hours, it impacts their productivity and all of those things. um, but then, for example, different people are different. Like my parents, they sleep very less. Both of them are business people, very hardworking and all of that. So they sleep very less, wake up early morning all the time, go to bed, and they are working throughout. Because they are entrepreneurs, so they are on the business and all of those things. They are very active life, and so they sleep less. Yeah, and they are perfectly doing fine. Perfectly doing fine. So for them, sleep more is, I don't think is a, but like I myself, I sleep. I sleep decent decent hours. So different people would have different. So it's even if you don't sleep a lot and you are okay with your life, that is fine if it is working for you. Because some people says 3-4 hours of sleep is enough. Some people say that. I don't know about that. I cannot function with 3 or 4 hours sleep. I don't think so. I ever did that. But there are people who do that. So if you are one of those, you need to be mindful about the other people. Like you are a manager, you are managing other people. Maybe some other people are not like you. They need a little bit longer. So in that context, you need to maybe think better. This is one article I enjoyed reading. Some numbers are there. You can look it up in your own time. Um, Work-life balance, it came up when I was talking a while ago. This is one of the guys, Richard Branson. We spoke about him, I think, in earlier courses also, if we were together. But anyways, I'm sure you have heard him, or if you have not, run a Google search on him. So he's saying things, you are organizing your work-life balance all wrong. Here is how he does it. I like what he said, and it very much resonates with the things I mentioned. Not 100%, but you can see some linkages. And then he's very successful also in his life. So maybe you can look it up, how he looks at work-life balance, how he enjoys a lot. He's like really have fun, and he's not working all the time also, but he's very productive. I think interesting example too. And he treats his employee, how he treats his workforce. Um, for example, in those of the friends who have not joined me in international business, I think gave his example that he gives his workers, his workers can leave, can go for holidays whenever they want throughout the year, whenever they want, they can go on holidays without any notice or anything. Of course, it is select workers, not everyone. In the select workers, there are quite a few once they reach at a certain position. So that's quite interesting policy, which you're not going to see in so many places. Maybe very few, if any. Yeah, you can go on holidays whenever you want without even notice or something like that. Yeah, you can look at up those type of things if you are interested. Quality now, like business perspective, I think it is important to understand. Look, go on, different business websites, look at what they are saying about quality, productivity, how they manage and maintain. Maintaining is very important. Consistency, remember we were talking about consistency. That is what, if it is not consistent, then you can't really stand behind your product that it is a quality product, because it is not consistent. One time it will be good, other time it won't be very good. It's not consistent. How they keep it consistent, what are the technologies they use, what are the things they use. So these type of papers you are going to find on their website. And like Johnson and Johnson, quality at Johnson and Johnson, I'm not going to go into this paper at all. Just telling you that find the company, which any company you like Nike, very good. You like Nestle, very good. Although we spoke about some ethical issues with Nestle last week, but it's a big company, it's a good company also, they do good things also. Yeah, but look at like Nestle, Nike, any company, you look at how they search for their quality manuals, how they maintain. And I've looked for this one, quality at Johnson and Johnson. You can look it up, scan it, what they are saying, those type of things. And all these things are available on the website and so on. So you need to look it up and see what is going on. Some other links are there in your own time. You can look it up. This one is very important. I think this type of exercise is very important. Like any lecture you take, whichever university, does not matter, with me or anyone else, and you listen to how the person is explaining. Like in our 5 days, I'm going to talk briefly on quality and productivity and some related issues and those type of things. This is what I will be talking about. And the things I showed you, two different books yesterday, highlighted the areas. Those are the things I will be mainly talking about in next 3 days and today. Yeah, so that is how I will be doing it. But the same type of courses are taught in other universities. And now because of internet and especially because of COVID also, yeah, all international big universities, they have opened their lectures. Like how do they explain different things? I think you should listen to them. Definitely you should listen to them. I would really like that you listen to what I am saying, and then you go on some top university, top professor, see what he's saying, how he's explaining. Yeah, think that is going to really that is going to complete what I want to do with you. Like I say something, then you have my website, you go there, what you do, what you like, then you do your own research. Yeah, and then you reflect. You are reflecting every day, reflecting on it, what you want to study more, all of that. And then you listen to some international professor, top professor. Like this is, I've posted this link for you. This is MIT. Yeah, MIT guy, top professor is going to talk about like productive, not these things which I'm talking about, of course, but productivity concepts and what is how he's explaining and all of those things. Should listen to that. Not for just my course, any course in your university, you are doing degrees and whatever. You listen to how your school is, your university is doing. Then listen to some international, just for your knowledge and how people explain different concepts differently. I think that is very important. You should do that. Yeah. Okay, we are just looking at yesterday's. Yesterday's. I'm just making connection with yesterday. One clip I really want to play. One clip I really want to play, and usually I don't play longer clips. This one is not long, really. It is just 4.5 minutes, but still I feel it's a lot of time. But I really need to play it. I really need to. And please pay attention to what is happening here. Yeah, and listen to this. Just 4.5 minutes. Listen to what the guy is saying and try to link it with whatever I have been saying today and whatever we have said yesterday and whatever things are going in your head. Um, it is perfectly fine if you don't agree with me. Please, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. I don't expect that you think like me. It's not my expectation at all. Yeah? You have your own life. You have your own experiences. You have lived your own life. Yeah, you have your own experiences. Your heart is going to tell you what is right, what is wrong, not me. Your heart is going to tell you. I really don't expect, or it's not my requirement at least, that you know it's not about agreeing with me at all. Believe me, these are points. You have your own life, you have your own experiences. Maybe your experience does not tell you this. It is possible. Maybe your experience tell you that 7 hour working a day is perfectly fine. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe your experience tell you that even 7 hours is too much. We should have 5 hours work day. Work day. Maybe your experience is telling you that, or your life, or what you want from your life tells you that we should be just working for 3 days a week. There is this conversation going on in Europe. I'm sure you must have seen it somewhere. If not, run a Google search. It's a 4 day work week. Friday make Friday off. Universal income you are talking about. What is all that? Those people, of course, don't agree with me, and that is perfectly fine. Yeah. So you have to really think about these things. And when I say don't listen to me, yeah, it's what I mean is that you listen, of course, that what the person is saying, but you don't have to really do that. You have to look at your own situation, your own circumstances, what is happening there. So that should be true from anyone, no matter who the person is. They are telling you something. Like, what is critical thinking? We always talk about. I never spoke about critical thinking at all during the month. I never spoke about critical thinking. But what is critical thinking? It is critically thinking about something. What is that? It is not like you get influenced by who is saying, this person is saying, so I should agree with that. And the critically think about it, and then you take what you want to take, and you leave what is not fit for your environment, your mindset, because everyone has different ambitions. Some people, for them, it's really the work life balance is really important because they want to do other things. For some people, traveling is important, so they want summer is off, they want to do other things. Yeah, my summer in my university were kind of off, but I'm working in my summer. Yeah, some other person might not want to work, they might just want to relax and just watch Netflix or whatever they want to do. Yeah. So Anyways, please pay attention to this clip.
You cannot change a person without changing his beliefs. You can give lectures, you can give speeches, you can give references, you can motivate them, you can shout at them, you can scream at them, you can reprimand them, you can give them incentives, you can give them awards, but you cannot change a person without changing his beliefs. He doesn't believe in punctuality. You can say program will start on time. He'll say, hey, everybody says, but it won't start. Well, no, you can't change him without changing his beliefs. And one day when you stood outside, your belief changed. No, there is one place where program starts on time. You're inside. You cannot change a person without changing his beliefs. He does not believe he is leadership material. And unless you transform him to understand his leadership material, you can keep on giving him responsibilities and he'll keep failing. It frustrates you because he was an extraordinary clerical staff, but he's a lousy manager. Because he thinks he's a great worker, but he doesn't think he can be a great leader. And he can be a great leader if you can somehow bring about a shift in the quality of the beliefs with which he looks at himself. He was a great salesman. Because he was a great salesman, you promoted him as a sales manager, and he's a lousy sales manager. In fact, after he became sales manager, few more good salespeople resigned and went. And he caused the resignation because somehow he still sees himself only as a salesperson. So though he is a sales manager right now, and there is a difference. Selling is an art. Being a sales manager is a science. I need to impart the science of selling to others to enable them to produce results. He enjoys the art of selling. He still doesn't know the science of selling. And he doesn't have this belief that he can be a great sales manager. As a salesman, you are responsible for the results you produce. As a sales manager, you are responsible for the results your team will produce. But because he is an inherent salesman, anywhere he says, I will come with you, I will go on a joint call, I will take the call, and he'll make the salesman passive, and he will take every call. You can see that in every retail showroom even today. The moment an important customer comes, the main guy in the business will step forward and say, I will take care of this customer. What for service? He somehow believes if the counter salesman attends to you, the billing value will be 3,000. But if he attends to you, the billing value can be 7,000. He believes he can present the products and material much better to you than the counter sales. So he steps forward. 25 years later in the business, he is still a counter salesman. 30 years later, when it has become such a big unit, he still continues to be in the counter because his belief is still he can produce 2x on the counter when his people can produce only 1x. True. But what you don't realize is you can be 10 times better than anybody in your organization, but you can't do the work of 10 people. Now what happens if 5 important people walks into the showroom? Who will you attend to? Now he does not still see himself in the leadership role. So if you want to change the productivity of the organization and you have a few loyal people in the organization and you really believe these loyal people should be holding powerful positions within the organization, their belief system has to be changed. And the first shift in leadership is he has to be made to understand your success is no more by the results you produce, but your success depends on the results you get other people to produce. You work for 8 hours and you produce 8 hours of results. Now you work for 8 hours and you have to produce 80 hours of results by getting the remaining 10 people to produce results. And without transforming that belief system, shifting the chair, shifting the salary structure, shifting the designation, shifting the place from which he will operate, will not shift the results he is producing.
Yeah, belief system. Belief system. All right, good. Good. Fatma, you are there. Your system is working fine. Eleonora, you are there. I wanted to speak with you guys. Anyone? Yes, Eleonora. So Eleonora, please. Very good. So Fatma and Eleonora, please go ahead and because based on your reflections, I saw that both of you are involved in so many things. You are doing so many projects simultaneously over the summer and the last semester and so on. So that is very good. And would like to please share with us, like, what are your tips, suggestions? What can you tell us based on your experience, that what are some of the things we should keep in mind to be more productive? Because you are involved in so many projects together, and you are balancing life also, which is very good. You know, you are doing other things like in your home and other things, all of those things which you told me in your reflections. So you don't have to tell those things if you don't want to everyone, but just give us some tools, some techniques, what makes you productive, how you are able to do that, anything on those things, whatever you are comfortable in saying. I think that is going to help all of us. So please go ahead, any one of you, Fatma and Eleonora, please.
I can start.
Please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to kind of give some kind of base about how much I'm actually doing simultaneously. So while now in Korea, last semester I did 8 courses. I did my thesis, and I applied also internship at the same time, while having a new social life in Korea and maintaining that. I'm not saying it was easy. It was a lot of time management, of course, and I believe time management is key to in business, but also in personal life, to be able to actually succeed in multiple different areas. And it is really difficult sometimes. Sometimes you do get tired, but for me, key points is to, if I need to do the job, I need to set goals, and I need to do a to-do list every single day if I need to, because every day I have classes, and every day I would like to meet friends.
My
So
God.
that means I need to actually set the alarm clock and start doing them. And actually, one of the classes that I did give really good pointer, which was, I don't know if people have heard the frog file. It means that all the unpleasant things that you really don't want to do in the day, you put that in the frog file, and you do that first thing in the morning, so that the first thing you do, the unpleasant things that you really don't want to do, which means that all the pleasant things that you wanted to do comes after that. Means that at the end of the day, once you have done all the chores, all the goals that you wanted to do in the day, you have ended it in a nice note, because you left all the nice things in the end. And of course, after all the things that you need to do, like, then you have the fun part, whatever you want to do. For me personally, I avoid Netflix while I'm doing schoolwork, because I know myself, and I end up doing binge watching, which means I'll watch the whole show the whole night. So I would avoid completely opening Netflix or Amazon or whatever it is that I want to do. And I end up maybe reading something, a book for my thesis, which I would love to do, like something important and interesting. Or I just go out to meet friends, because that is also very important. So maybe with people, it's just, I would recommend concentrating on time management, and especially creating that frog file where you concentrate doing the unpleasant things, like the first thing in the morning, so that rest of the day will be pleasant, and you end it with that always nice note.
Excellent. And as you guys can realize, he's doing so many things. What happened yesterday is yesterday, Eleonora and Fatma, they did their reflection. And I read it and I made the comments and I just sent the reply to them. And then after a while, I was just drinking water and I said, what did I really read? What did I really read? So I went back to the email and I reread it and I said, boy, man, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. But then I rewrote to both of them that we need to talk about this in class because you guys are doing so much work. And you realize that, and she's in a different country now, Eleonora, and making work-life balance, meeting with friends and all those things are important, yeah, they're very important, work life balance and all of those things, um, very important. And this time you looking at her video and look at how fresh her face is and everything. And it is, what is the time in your place, Eleonora, right now?
It's 1:30 in the night.
Look at how fresh she's looking. So this is amazing. All of us can learn a lot from what she said. One question I really need to ask, if you can elaborate on that, this
Yeah,
frog file which you are talking about.
yeah,
This thing is, you read this all the time in the literature in productivity, that
yeah,
do the things first which you are not really going to enjoy. But
yeah.
personally, I have felt it very hard that you always do the things first which you enjoy. In your to-do list, you want to tick off the things which are easier and faster and all of those things. So we really want to spend some time in understanding with your guidance here, that how are you able to do the things, unpleasant things which are not very interesting for you in the first place. You have that energy, motivation to do them first and keep the things which are more interesting to the later stage. What is the technique? What can we do to have that type of mindset, or whatever you want to call it, please?
Well, it is important to concentrate on also what is most important. Like if there is a pressing deadline, like I would need to watch certain videos before some timeline and it's coming up, then I need to do those first, even though there's a frog while that I would like to do first. But there's also always a timeline, deadlines that are coming up, so it doesn't always go like positively. It's not realistic always to take it first. But when I do end up succeeding, that I can just open up computer in the morning and I start doing the unpleasant things. Well, usually I start doing in my calendar kind of like set plans where I also have the class schedule where I have marked like I have these there, because I always have kind of like notebook that I use for any kind of notes, and then I have also paper calendar that I use because sometimes schedules change and it's easier for me to handle when it actually in the paper. But it's just somehow easier to do the actual to-do list where I can kind of like check and see actual visually that which are for me personally unpleasant. Like if even writing the actual thing on the nose feels unpleasant, like I feel unpleasant knowing that I need to do it, I guess I need to do it first. It's very kind of crucial to realize and know yourself, like, okay, this makes me feel unpleasant. I really don't want to. I feel like doing the dishes is more fun.
Yes.
Cleaning the house would be more fun.
Yes.
Like everything else would, like, I just want to do something else. Then
Yes.
that is the thing that I need to do first, because once I've done the pleasant things and there's all the unpleasant things, if I leave that last, then I just might be like, okay, I've done enough for today. I might go to that mindset like, I've done so much today already, I just leave those unpleasant things for tomorrow. and that's gonna spiral. Like, it's gonna be a ugly Ferris wheel, and it's just gonna keep piling up, and then the deadlines comes up. And it always, if I leave it to the last minute, I cannot do it properly. So if I do it every single day, the first thing, then the deadlines probably don't be the issue. I can do it properly. And we all know that the subjects and things that we are not that keen or are not that interested in school, we usually get worse grades on those subjects because we don't want to study them. So if I do those first, I do them properly, which means even on the bad subjects that I wouldn't want to study, I end up getting better grades because I have put the time and I have prioritized them to go before I do all the other ones, the ones that I usually would want to study. That way, I usually end up doing okay even on exam times. So that's the kind of mentality that I usually would use on those frog files, because knowing myself, I would just postpone them on later dates like everybody else does, because I do also procrastinate if I have the possibility to do so. We all do it, so I'm no superhuman.
Great, great. Thank you very much for all the insight, and I hope everyone was listening carefully what she's saying, because she did it in practice. It's not just talk. She's literally moved to another place, made friends, doing so many courses, writing her paper, all of those things, and being attentive in all of my sessions throughout the month, and always and right now even it's too late and you can look at her face, it is looking more fresh than my face, and I have just woken up some time ago, so you can see that. So and she's easy to talk with, I think, also. So all of us who, when we find some struggle with some productivity or something, we are not able to do something, we can always maybe write her a note or something, and I'm sure she will be willing to share her insight how she should do it. But essentially she told it. Now it is for us to really work on it. You have the secret sauce or the recipe of Eleonora which she used. She has told everything, and she has explained it also, that how she's able to do the unpleasant things first, and now we can look it in our life. We don't do it like that. I don't do it like that. I know what are the things I need to do, but I start doing things which are more fun. I enjoy them more. I do those things. And every night, those things which I did not think I would enjoy, they are left, and they are months, and they are not touched. Why? Because I did not use that strategy which Eleonora shared with us. So please pay attention to these things. If you listen to her, small things she's talking about, it's not something big she's talking about. The small tools, techniques, notebook keeping, calendar keeping, different strategies she told you there. A simple time management, how to allocate time, alarm, all of those simple things. But look at her productivity. She told in the beginning of when she started talking that what are the things she has done. And so very good, very good. Try to take one or two things and then do them. Don't try to do everything one time. We are talking about everything very fast. In 5 days we will be talking, so because of the time span. But take your time in bringing them in part of your personality and all of those things. Maybe that is, if you are someone who can take everything together, looking at your personality, then it is fine. But most people, maybe when they are taking time to build a new habit, it is relatively easier for them. Celebrating little successes which you have, that is important. Just like she goes out to celebrate, have fun with her friends, and give her some extra time, those type of things, I think. Very good, very good. Thanks very much, Eleanor. I appreciate it. Yes, Fatma, your mic is working. You
Hello,
are
can you hear me?
can. Beautiful. Please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I don't have a special tips, but there are some things I'm trying to attach importance during my day. Nowadays, I'm going my internship, and also I have ICT pharmaceutical courses. For this month, I'm trying to schedule the things I need to do according to their priority, actually. First internship, then the summer courses. Other than the things I'm trying to do is more like I'm trying to shape according to my daily schedule. I don't have hourly based schedule, but I'm trying to make it flexible, and I at least I should make something that making me happy during the day,
Ah,
besides of the internship like that. Uh, Maybe I mentioned on my reflection, during the day I'm at the office and I'm leaving home around 7 a.m. every day, and then I'm coming back around 7 p.m. until sometimes I'm attending the courses from the bus. And then after these courses, I'm trying to do my workout. It's not really efficiently every day because I don't have that much energy every day, but even a little makes a difference for me because I can tell myself that, yeah, at least you did something for yourself like that. And like this, yeah.
thanks very much, Fatma. And you heard both of them. Both are uh, quite productive in what they are doing, what they are producing in their life, and then both have different type of strategies. If you notice, both have different ways of dealing with their affairs. Very different, if you ask me. Yeah, but then both are productive in what they are doing. So different strokes for different folks. Different people do the same thing differently, especially in the productivity quality one. It's very different. And other people also, there are quite a few other people. But because of time constraint, I just thought that let me just take two people from our session, and they can share their thoughts. But there are quite a few other people who write very interesting reflections and all of those things, and it shows that they are also very productive. They can also share their tips and all of those things through the chat, and that would be helpful. Thanks very much, Fatma, for sharing your thoughts. We appreciate, we really appreciate. Okay, so these were some things linking with the day one and today. Um, Now I want to move forward into other things which I would like to um, look at. Yeah. Again, most of the things are there on your website. Take time to go through them and all of that. Um, um, hmm. Okay, so all the things which we so far spoke about day one and day two, essentially we would find them in the first link. Um, going to find all of them there. So let's see what we can do. For the second one, wanted you to pay attention to a couple of things. For example, this SOPs, Standard Operating Procedure Manuals. Why companies must have them and why they need them. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Standard Operating Procedures Manual. Like they're for quality, for productivity, for conformance to different laws, different regulations, to ensure that the things are done on a consistent basis, consistency, same way every time things can be produced. There are many techniques which are used. One of them is following standard operating procedures manuals, SOPs. So companies manufacturers, service providers, anyone you can think about, they write standard way of doing something. Like this is what needs to be done. This is the standard way of doing it. This is how everyone should go about it, whatever it is. Especially in manufacturing, and one friend was in construction also from, yes, I think Leah or someone. They were in construction. So, for example, in construction there would be standard operating procedure manuals for doing different type of things. Essentially it is, the this is how you should do that. So you should look into those type of manuals. If you are working and you have some job, in your job ask for standard SOPs. What are the SOPs? You have any manuals? See how they have written them, read them. That type of thing would, I think, sensitize you. So I just felt that a little, sensitization about SOPs, that is important. Even if you are not working, you can run a Google search, SOP, standard operating procedure manuals, in any industry, like for example, hotel industry. So in a hotel, what are the SOPs? Like, how do they go about cleaning the rooms? SOPs might have changed because of COVID-19, like the sanitization and all those type of things they do. So I think SOPs is something which helps in maintaining productivity and quality. So I've posted some papers, some very brief introductory paper. You can go through them, why companies must have them, why they are needed, and link it with the discussions in productivity and quality. How to write them to be effective tools. I think this is very interesting. Um, um, as a matter of fact, I would like to say that uh, I would like to say that if there is any job opportunity where you can work, especially in your early career, like you are in university and some type of internship or something where you can help in writing SOP in any company, I think that is going to be very beneficial for you, very beneficial, because SOPs essentially are trying to understand what is the right way to do something. What is the step one? What is the step two? What is the step three? What are the precautions? All of those things, yeah. So if you can get into some company and write their SOP, you will have a very vast and broad understanding of operations, how the things are happening. And from there also it can help you. First, it will increase your knowledge in a way which you might not get that increase in any other type of job, because generally the job is your job and you know about your job and you are doing that every day. For most people, that is how it is. But writing SOP is a little bit different, because you have access to different departments, and you are going different places and asking conversations, asking people questions. How do you do it? What are the challenges? How we can improve it? All of those things. So I think if you ever get a chance to work on any type of SOP, I think you should avail it and see how it goes. It will broaden your understanding a lot. Another reason I'm saying this is that my first internship a couple of years ago when I graduated was SOP writing. At that time, I did not knew really about what SOP is, to be honest. So uh, I learned a lot by writing SOP, a lot. Even now, many examples which I give are coming from that experiences. Those experiences where you are access to you are a new person, you don't have job experience much, and then you have access to different areas and that type of and then you are writing SOP, like step one should be this, step two is this, and you are talking with people who are experienced and all of that. So I think you should look into this. Um, Look into SOPs. If you are working, look at SOPs of your workplace, read them, see think of improvements in that, because maybe when you are reading the SOP in your organization, you feel that, oh, if they do it like this, it's going to maybe improve. So you can help in that also, and very much they will appreciate very much. So these type of things I think you should look into. Like for example, they posted a chapter in the for the second link on the website under lectures, second link. I'm just going to quickly scan through what are the things they are talking about. What are the things they are going to talk about? Managers establish priorities. And if you are listening carefully, when Eleonora was speaking, she mentioned priorities. I think 2 times she mentioned priorities. That prioritization, I think, is very important in the domain of productivity and quality. And all those things which she mentioned, and Fatma mentioned, and other friends are mentioning in the chat, they might, on the surface of it, they might seem like increasing personal productivity, but same rules, same applications you are going to apply in the work environment when you will be working for any company. So don't think that it is just individual. They can, you have to now think about it and make connections with work environment, like policy development. So from SOPs, for example, some new policies can be developed. You can read around these impact on other departments, whatever productivity tools, or how you are going to manage the quality, how it will impact the other departments, other people. Those type of things you should be maybe thinking about. uh, oh good, they are talking about SOPs here also, so you can read a little bit about that if you want. uh, um, and then there are some theoretical concepts in your own time. You can scan through them and try to see what practices are policies drive SOPs, like what is the policy again, how the policy will be formed. Policy, for to form a policy, you need to know the goal, the target, the objective, and then your resources. What are the resources you have? Human resources, financial resources, equipment, plant, location, all of those things. Link it with the international business management course also. um, yeah, the role of manager, the role of leaders. For example, this one, problem solving model. This type of model, you should spend some time reflecting on it. What is step one? Define the problem and implement this in your daily life. As you are trying to do something, you have some challenges or something, develop this model. Everyone has some type of challenges or something which they want to improve in their life. So use this problem solving model, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, link it with the yesterday's conversation. For example, Melissa was talking about fishbone diagram, if you guys remember. Yeah, so link it with that cause effect diagram. I said cause effect, she said fishbone. Different names, the relatives, same type of things they are. Yeah, but implement them. So same way you can scan through these type of things. I have posted a clip, a very interesting clip on quality by design, but it is relatively long. It's like 18 minutes. I don't have that much time to play it, but it is very good clip. So please look into the postings on your website and spend time, like quality by design. Essentially what they are saying, that this quality thing, it you once you have designed a product, after designing, if you think about quality, then maybe it is too late. So in the design phase, when you are designing anything, at that point in time, you need to start thinking about the quality issues from there. It is not after you design something and then you start incorporating quality attributes in it. And what are quality attributes? Link it from yesterday's conversation. We spent quite a few time on talking about what is quality. What is quality to you? Do you mean your customer? Yeah, all of that. You need to think about that. So please pay attention to this clip. It's 19 minutes, but I think it is you will learn a thing or two if you will listen. Yeah. Um, some clips. I want to move on to maintenance and reliability, particularly reliability. How the reliability concept very important. Like where we were talking about consistency, yeah, consistency, consistent. So when something is consistent, then the reliability, for example, increases. You can rely on it, and reliability is a very important aspect or factor in quality. Yeah, also in productivity, but in quality. Like the quality is it reliable or not? Is it durable or not? Durability. Those things are very important to reflect on. Want to play a couple of clips? Let's watch them together.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically
a tutte le ore, sempre, ma sempre qua. Vediamo qua. Vediamo qua. Ecco qua.
You see, very interesting product and marketing of the product. The guy is driving and the noise in the car, and he's checking. He did not find. He goes to the mechanic. Mechanic looks at the car, and then he finds that the noise is coming from the earring of the girl. Yeah, and then they make the advertisement. Look at what they are saying there. If only everything in life was as reliable as a Volkswagen wagon. Now it's not about like we are not promoting Volkswagen or anything. It's reliable, it's not reliable. That is a different story. But look at the thought and how clever it is, and how they came up with this, that the sound is not going to come from the car. They are so trying to be so certain that sound is not going to come from car. If only if only everything in life was as reliable as Volkswagen. So now they are not directly saying the quality or the productivity. They're not talking about that, but reliability, how it is linked with the with the quality concept. I think you would want to reflect on that. A couple of clips I'm going to play in the next, I think, 5-10 minutes, uh, just to highlight the points which I've been trying to maybe make in the past, and link them with the link them with the concepts in productivity and quality. For example, look at that. But nothing is reliable all the time in all conditions. Reliability has its limits, and therefore equipment process failure can have serious consequences. Yeah. So reliability is one thing, but it always has limits. Like your laptop is reliable, but when you bought it, the company said that use the laptop in these conditions. And if you we might not have read the instructions or SOP which came with the laptop or your phone, but it always tell those type of things that use it in certain conditions, all of those things. Yeah. So reliability, and then nothing is reliable in all conditions, because no matter what we do, things can still go wrong. Many times maintenance issue is in reality communication issue between various departments. Link it with communication, communication gaps in the departments. Like if you have you seen that, if you have some project working between different departments, how sometimes the communication can delay or make some ambiguities in what needs to be done, or make some errors like of understanding and all of those things. So you might want to think about those type of things. Uh, and consistency, I want to talk a little bit about consistency, variability, dispersion. Yeah, the things should be consistent. So for that, I want to play this clip. It is a short clip, but pay attention to what they are going to say. It is about consistency, no same type of production all the time, and so on.
Work them back in. You're in the finance.
Yes, so if you are looking at the clip, that was quite interesting clip. Like he's a casino owner, and he has so many problems in the casino. He has to look at so many things, and he's having a little a little snack with his friend, and both of them are having muffins. And he opens his muffin and he sees very few, berries in the muffin, and his friend's muffin is full of berries. Yeah. So he says, what is this? This cannot go on. And he goes to the chef and he tells them that equal amount of berries in every muffin. And what the chef says? Chef says that, do you know how much time it is going to take if I have to put equal amount of berries in every muffin? How much time it is going to take? Do you know that? And the owner says, I don't care about the time. It's not about time. I need consistency, so that every time a person, anyone have the muffin, they have that same taste, the same quality, same number of whatever it is, whatever the quality is. We are not even saying that the muffin should be very delicious and tasty. No, we are talking about consistencies. Every time it should be same. And of course, this, if you want to do this type of thing, it is going to it is going to be it's going to be challenging. It will take time and consume a lot of energy and all of those things. Yeah. So think about these things. Other clips, these one are a little bit longer. I'm just going to play maybe the shorter ones for you guys, just to make the case what I'm trying to say. And then reliability is important in any field. It's not just about manufacturing or business or service industry, or like the business management world. Anything you can think about, these concepts which we have been talking about and we will talk, they can be incorporated and used. And for that, maybe I should show you this short clip now. Yeah.
UPS Golf ambassador Louis Oosthuizen has a near-perfect swing, which helped him to victory at the 2010 Open Championship. His swing has many strengths, but he constantly works to make it more reliable. This gives him an advantage in every tournament he plays. Reliability means that Louis can trust his swing to deliver at all important moments.
Reliability is so important for my swing because you want to know every time you tee it up that you're going to make the same swing over and over. If you make the same swing every time, and you know you're swinging it well, that's all you need. If you're playing well, and you're swinging it consistent, you're not thinking about anything or pressure, you're just hitting it.
Reliability is one of the keys to being successful. So UPS ensure they deliver a reliable service for their customers, just like Louis' swing delivers for him. With UPS's high level of reliability, their customers can feel confident knowing their logistics needs are taken care of.
More and more, preventive maintenance is the very essence of asset preservation. More and more people, whether they're holding on to an asset for 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, they need to get a return when they decide to flip that asset.
Property owners spend a significant amount of money on the infrastructure for their buildings.
If we don't maintain our equipment, we might run a couple of years with no major issues, but at the end of the time, you're going to have a large breakdown.
And as a result, a significant expense to the property owner.
Having a proper PM program in place preserves the useful life of that equipment.
Greasing bearings, changing belts, making sure equipment runs properly.
If we take the proactive approach and spending some money on a yearly basis, we're going to be able to run that equipment 10, 15, 20, 25 years with minimal costs.
Not only are we making sure the equipment is functioning and doesn't break down, we're making sure it's operating efficiently so that there's tenant comfort, that they're not getting emergency calls, they're not getting the breakdowns. We're trying to anticipate the needs of the equipment and in turn anticipate the needs of their tenants.
Now we have integrated with, Angus Anywhere, putting all the nomenclature in, putting belt sizes, putting history of work on that piece of equipment so that we can reference that.
The lifespan of certain equipment is 25 years, and we're still running at 35 years.
If you can keep down operating costs in a building, it makes the building more profitable.
And that's where Able comes in, and we provide that service and extend the life cycle of clients' equipment.
Yeah, please reflect on the things which they mentioned in this clip. Quite a few things they mentioned in the clip. Just going to highlight a couple of them for you for your future investigation. For example, they were talking about preventive maintenance. Preventive. What is preventive maintenance? Just like the term suggests, preventing it from what? Preventing it from maybe failure, preventing it from breakdown, all of those things. Preventive maintenance. Do you do any type of preventive maintenance in your life where you are maybe preventing any type of failure of any sort in your home? You maybe do that, reflect on it in your office, in school, or in your daily life. Anything you do, anything you would do to prevent any type of failure, malfunction, breakdown, going to come under the brackets of preventive maintenance. Yeah, it's not just machinery and equipment, but let's talk about machinery and those type of things. For example, in the in the clip they mentioned that history on the machine. So when was the last belt changed, who changed it, who serviced it, all of those things. I mentioned something on this yesterday also, so please make the connection. And another interesting term which I made note of as I was listening, of course there were so many things, but our time does not allow to talk about everything. I hope you are paying attention to the clips and making notes as you are watching them, and you will read a little bit more on them and share your thoughts in your reflections and so on, or in the chat or whatever. Is that proactive maintenance. What is proactive maintenance? Yeah, so any actively you are engaging with the maintenance. You are seeing that you are seeing that ensuring or maybe anticipating what can go wrong. Yeah, when you are doing proactive maintenance, you are anticipating what can go wrong, what can go wrong. Proactively you are engaging, so machine and equipment and everything is running fine, nothing is wrong right now, but you are asking questions, what can go wrong, how do I prevent any type of failure, which any possibility of something going wrong or something like that. So think about these things: preventive maintenance, proactive maintenance, and so on, and reflect in your life if you do these type of things. And the clip we watched before this, UPS, I hope you are familiar with the company. Just run a Google search on the company. I think they deliver, just like I think FedEx and DHL, but don't quote me. Run a search and see what do they do. So in which they were showing the guy who was playing golf, and he was perfecting his swing, and they were talking about that. One line I have written from that, and I want to talk about that a little bit. So the guy who was doing the swing, and you can rewatch the clip if you want, everything is on the website, was saying, not thinking about anything when I am hitting the swing. What he means is that he's not afraid of any failure. He's not thinking about anything can go wrong or anything. In that moment, he's just putting in that swing, and what it will take to put in that swing. He has mastered the art of that swing. He has practiced so many times that now when he is going to make the swing, then it's going to be fine, because he has perfected it over a period of time. He has practiced it all. So this is what maybe they are saying, that UPS has also perfected their swing, their delivery. Yeah, all of those things. So this is again very interesting concept in productivity and quality, that you practice the thing so many times that it becomes your second nature, and when you are doing it, you don't really have to think about it. This is the concept in productivity. I'm sure you have seen this in your life also, that uh, people do something very easily, very easily, uh, uh, very easily, without much effort. Now you can say maybe it is natural talent or whatever, but many times they have they have practiced it so much that it becomes their second nature or something like that. Yeah. Would like to maybe look at a couple of more things. Yeah, they're different in different areas. I have put in the, like for example, elevators and so on. So what I'm trying to say, that the application of maintenance, reliability, and those type of things are quite huge. Yeah, yeah. Let's listen to this one. This one, predictive. So we spoke a little bit about preventive maintenance, proactive maintenance. This is predictive maintenance. Sometimes the words can confuse, so don't worry about them. You will have to read them, and over a period of time, you will understand what are what is what, but let's watch this clip and learn what they are trying to say.
To go quiet in winter with the rice into the plant. Before the pumps are shut down, a crew from LCRA's water service. The Garwood River plant is about to go quiet for the winter as the rice growing season is coming to a close. But before the pumps are shut down, a crew from LCRA's Water Services Division is about to give the place a thorough checkup. It's called Predictive Maintenance.
Predictive is doing diagnostics and assessments, looking at problems that are small and ahead of time.
They set baselines and find problems with the help of technology.
This is an ultrasonic sound. They call it a gun. It's more of a probe.
They probe, listen, and look for the smallest of signs that a piece of equipment may not be running perfectly. A pumping plant like Garwood is full of moving parts, bearings, gaskets, seals, and electronics. Each part is man-made, so
it's going to fail eventually.
this is how water flow is measured. An electronic signal is shot through the pipe and picked up on the other side. Flow rate is a vital sign for a pump and can signal problems in the pump's workings. Sophisticated electronic equipment makes it possible to see and hear potential defects through solid steel.
Try to find them early through vibration analysis. We can pick up vibration signatures, infrared thermography. We can pick up the heat signatures. We can report those back to the staff, and then they can take early corrective action when the problem is small, and it prevents having unplanned failure events when they become big problems.
Here, an electronic panel is checked for worn or damaged circuits by looking at the heat they give off. The same technique is used by the crew to ensure reliability at the Lost Pines Power Park and the water utilities operated by LCRA.
Providing uninterruptible service to our customers is what we strive to do. So that's what we do while we're out here. We look for the problems and try to keep them where we can respond to them easily.
The irrigation districts have substantially reduced in-season breakdowns since the predictive maintenance crew has been coming for visits.
It's been better. It's been quite a bit better now.
And the irrigation business offers a certain kind of excitement for maintenance crew members.
Crawling in the pipes is a kind of a unique thing.
The bottom line is that reliability and equipment failures don't mix, and this predictive maintenance crew is working to eliminate surprises.
Things are going to break, and they're going to become obsolete, or designs are going to change, and so it's going to require some people like us doing inspections, doing diagnostics, and providing feedback to engineers and to management so that they can make good decisions.
Yeah, so predictive maintenance, they are giving some examples, and it's okay if these examples are not of your liking or something. We can talk about something which is maybe more easily understandable, like from our daily lives. For example, if you drive a car, what are you doing in the car? Or your parents drive a car, what are they doing in the car? Like they in the modern cars, they tell you like now you need to change the brake pads. In next 500 kilometer you should change the brake pads. The technology is there, it shows in your screen that the brake pads need to change, or there is less pressure in air pressure in the tires. Some cars also tells that the tires needs to be replaced, or the engine oil level is very low, you need to put in some engine oil or something like that. What are all those things? Well, those are all linked with these type of maintenance with different names. It is it's telling you that do these things before a breakdown happens or a failure happens. So we use these things in our daily lives. That is what I'm trying to say. But the application is in the industry also, in our daily life also. So as you will read more and expand your you will learn more about these things. If you are, for example, if you have some internship or you start working or whatever, You can ask them that how do you maintain different equipment on the plant? What is the equipment? Some engineers there, they can help you explain, like, these are the things which we do to, what are the names of those things, what are the best practices they use. You're just spending a day or two. I'm not asking so much time. In a day, 2 day, 3 days, what are the basic things they do? Because there many things are repetitive on the plant. So you learn a lot from there. Some things I want you to run some search on this, please. Yeah. Uh, Run some search on these things. For example, vibration analysis, analysis. Yeah, vibration analysis or vibration signals. They were talking about this in the clip, like using that, it's vibrating in a certain way, you can understand what is going to happen. Heat signals, they were talking about heat signals. That is again interesting technology. Forgive my spelling mistakes or anything. Heat signals, yeah, you want to read a little bit on that. And all of that, the guy was explaining all of this is just to ensure that there is no unplanned failure, because they were saying that failure is going to happen anyways. Equipment failure is going to happen, something is going to go wrong anyways. But if it is planned failure, if you know that this thing is going to happen, then maybe you can take some precautions and those type of things. So in other words, it is eliminating surprise factor, that if the things are going to go wrong, failure is going to happen, but if you know, then maybe you can plan a little bit that what you are going to do. And we do this all the time. Like, what is this? I have two computers in front of me, and you can see I'm logged in by 2 different accounts. So what is that? That is maybe proactive maintenance. It's proactive. So I'm being proactive in thinking that maybe something will happen to one, and if it happens, I have the next one, and then I have my phone also, and maybe something like that. You also do that when you go to exam. um, when you used to go to exam before COVID times, like, would you just take one pen or multiple pens? You won't take one pen. Generally speaking, you will have a couple of pens, maybe 2. What is that? Is that if one pen goes wrong, you can use the other one. Same thing, the companies do the same thing. They are thinking about these things. If this thing happened, we can do this. If this thing happened, but then from your exam example, if you have some calculation exam, how many calculators do you take? Calculators. Most people just take one calculator, but they will take multiple pens. Why is that? Because calculator is more expensive. So most people will say, let me just take one calculator. But pen is relatively more affordable, so they will have couple of pens. So for some things you will have a backup, and for other things you will not have backup, because not that because backup is not important, because maybe you cannot afford it, or space issue. A calculator is big, you will have 2 calculators. Some people do take 2 calculators also, I know that, but most people most people, maybe you take 2 calculators, we don't know that. Most people you will see one calculator. But so what is that? Same thing companies do. For some things they will have backup, 2-3 backups, and for other things they will not have a backup. Why? Is a cost, is more to do with the cost, the price. Maybe it is very expensive to have backup, and practically it is not even possible to have so many backups. Like in your car, how many spare tires are there in your car? Your car has 4 tires, but you only have 1 spare tire. Most people only have 1 spare tire. In some countries, the car does not have any. In European countries, some countries, they don't have, not all, in some countries, they don't have a spare tire in the car. No tire at all. Just 4 tires on the car and no spare tire. Why is that? Yeah. You can think about those things. But in other countries, the spare tire comes with in the car. So, but how many spare tires? Just one. But there are 4 tires. So what if something happened to 2 tires in one time? Well, if it happens, it happens. You have to deal with that then. But you cannot now. If the company says we're going to put 2 spare tires in every car, not going to. So maintenance, and then how much maintenance you can do and how much backup you can have, and those type of things. Yeah. And then there are some terminologies, like for example, I'm saying backup, but I think the terminology in this for productivity and quality, they use the term redundancy. Now in English, the meaning of redundancy is different, but in productivity and quality, the meaning is different. It is linked with having backup and so on. So those things, those are just the finer details, which as you will develop interest more, you will want to go more deeper into. Maybe you know these things already, I don't know, but you would want to read a little bit around these things, and then over a period of time maybe develop a better proactive maintenance. There are quite a few examples there from different industries, so I hope that you will spend some time and enjoy that. I wanted to play couple of more clips also, but I think that maybe you should, I don't know if I should play them or you should watch. Let's play them.
I'd like to talk to you briefly about the 6 major losses. There are 6 major equipment losses. I'm standing in front of a almost brand new Haas CNC lathe. It probably doesn't experience these losses a lot, but we always start at the very beginning. So if we can start with new equipment, reconditioned equipment, gives us a really good baseline to measure these 6 major losses. And these apply to all types of equipment. And the 6 major losses are setups and adjustments. So when we set up the machine to make a particular product, how much time do we spend, how much production time do we lose during setups and adjustments? And remember that setup is last good piece to the next good piece. That's how we measure setup. You'll learn more about that when we get to the setup portion of lean manufacturing. The first major loss is setups and adjustments. How much time do we lose there? The next is breakdowns. Now that's pretty typical. When we measure our equipment effectiveness, it's traditional to measure breakdown. We were down for this period of time. That's just one of the 6 major losses. The third one is idling and minor stoppages. So we may just stop for a moment, maybe lunch, we may take a break, we may be checking a part. For some reason, we've temporarily shut the equipment down. Minor stoppages. The other is reduced speed. So if we're intended to be operating the piece of equipment at a particular RPM and we're running it slower, we're actually losing time. The fourth is startup. So that's separate from setup. Startup is the time it takes to get the machine going. Many pieces of equipment have warm-up times. Coolant has to warm up, and in many cases, the actual machine itself has to get to a certain temperature in order to hold a tolerance, for example. Those would all be captured in the startup losses. The 6th major loss is defects and rework. So the time we spend making defects, the time we spend fixing or making replacement parts it falls in that sixth category. So once again, the 6 categories are setup and adjustment, breakdowns, idling and minor stoppages, startup, defects and rework. Those are the 6 major losses. Now, they relate to overall equipment effectiveness, which we've already talked about. Think of availability. Well, when we're doing a startup or an adjustment, equipment's not available. Breakdown, equipment's not available. Performance efficiency, remember performance is that other element of overall equipment effectiveness. And if we're idle or we're stopped, that's impacting our efficiency. We're going slower, reduced speeds, impacts efficiency. Rate of quality, obviously, in OE is impacted by startup because we typically, very often make during startup, or we'll make product we need to rework. And then, of course, the final category of loss is actually defects for rework. So that's how those 6 categories, the definition of those 6 categories, and how those 6 categories directly impact OE.
Yeah, for example, in this one, they are talking about 6 major areas where the losses can happen. For example, they were talking about setup, then breakdown, if something breakdowns, idling machine, temporary shutdowns, speed, and all of these things. One thing I want to mention is that in some plants, because of these issues which the guy was mentioning, what they do is they do not turn off some of their machinery, depending on, because remember he was saying that some machines take more time to start up, some areas have warm up time, and all of those things. So for those reasons, I am aware that in some machines, some equipment, they don't turn it off. It keeps on running uh, almost all the time. They have very certain specific times in which they are going to shut the machinery off and so on. Like even if the work is not happening on the machine, they just keep it running because they know that if they will shut it and then they will have to restart it, it will maybe take more time when they have to restart the shift. And also depends on how quickly the next shift is coming and those type of things. Of course, if the next shift is coming after a lot of time, then you would not want to keep it running. But another thing I wanted to mention about time, the way we look at in productivity and quality management, especially when we are talking about industries, manufacturing, and so on, time. And if you reflect, both our friends Fatma and Eleonora, they were able to be productive because of the time management technique they are using. So let me ask you this question: if our start time is well, it is different in different countries, but whatever our start time is to start our conversation every day during the week, if we start 5 minutes late, if we start, this is a question for you, please answer it in the chat. So whatever is our start time in your country, if we start 5 minutes late, if we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? This is the question. So whatever start time is in your country, I'm not asking what is the time start time, I'm asking if we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? What do you think? Looking at productivity and all these type of things. Very simple question. Yeah. If we start 5 minutes late, how much time have we lost? Yeah. Okay. Our friends are saying 5 minutes. Next one is saying 5 minutes. Other people, how much time we have lost? We start 5 minutes late. How much time we have lost in terms of looking at productivity, of course. Yeah. How much time have we lost? If we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? What about the other friends? Only two. It changes based on the ongoing process. Okay, more than KT saying more than 5 minutes. How much more? Okay, more than 5 minutes. How much more? 5 minutes and additional time to gather attention. Okay, Purva, interesting. There will be some time to. Eleonora is saying 5 minutes plus time, the time I've used to prepare myself to be ready at the exact time. Okay. The first minute are more intense. It could be a more valuable 5 minute from. Interesting. But no one is giving me a figure like how much time we have lost. Time should be, you should be able to calculate time. We are not doing productivity calculations, but if we had time and we were doing productivity calculations, it would give us exact time for everything. Like we would be solving mathematical questions. But we can't, you know, it's not, 5 days is not enough for that. 15 hours is not enough for that. But anyways, give me like, can you give me a set time that this is the time we have lost? If we start 5 minutes late our class, how much time have we lost? Yeah, how much time have we lost? We start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? Can someone give a figure? Like this is the, we have lost 3 minutes, or we have lost 10 minutes, or we have lost, we did not lose anything. Maybe someone will say we did not. Okay, probably we lose about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, all right. Okay, Eleonora now is saying for me it is 5 minutes and about 10 minutes more, because to, you know, see what is happening and all. Okay, fair enough. 5 minutes plus 15 minutes. Okay, Sinam, how did you calculate that? 5 minutes plus 15 minutes. Where that 15 minutes is? How you found that 15 minutes? 5 minutes plus 15 minutes. That type of answer I'm looking for, like exact 15 minutes to grab my attention. Okay, all right, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, so see how many people are in the session. If you exclude me, okay, our friend is saying 13 minutes, 11 minutes, very precise. Good one, good one, good one, good one. Okay, I just wanted to ensure you guys are, I'm not talking to myself, you guys are there, so I'm relieved that you are not saying much, but you are, I'm not talking to myself, so good. All right, let's do the calculation. So there are 0 minute. Okay, Nasir is saying we did not lose any minute. Great, good job, Nasir. Okay, so participants, there are 11 participants if you look at the participants, right, excluding me. You can include me also, but let's exclude me, and we lose 5 minutes. So how much time have we lost? So if we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost? So there are 11 participants, so 11 times 5, we have lost 55 minutes. If you want to include me, let's include me. We are 12. We are 12 people. Yeah, we are 12 people. So 12 times 5, going to say 60. So what is 60? 60 is 1 hour. So when we start 5 minutes late, only 5 minutes, actually we have lost 1 hour. Yeah? If you want to look at from the lens of productivity, of course it is not true. Everyone lost 5 minutes, and that is what you said is fine. I'm not debating your answer, just trying to reflect on it. That like you are in a plant, manufacturing is happening, you have 12 workers. Those 12 workers, you have paid them. They are paid for their time. Every moment, they are not working for free. They are paid for the time they are going to be on the plant. In that, if you turn off the machine, or you give it a rest, or you know, the guy mentioned 6 things: setup time, startup time, defect, rework, reduce speed, idling, all of those things which you saw him talking about. If because of any of those reasons the machine or equipment don't work and work stop, and you have 12 workers and it stopped for 5 minutes, you did not lose 5 minutes. Yeah, it seems that you lost 5 minutes, but you lost, if you have 12 workers, you have lost 1 hour, because you paid 5 minutes to those, because all the workers were paid, and they were paid for that 5 minutes also. So you have to look at it like that. So this is how serious this business is. This business of productivity is very serious business. You cannot joke around with it. It's not something to be taken very lightly, because 1 minute lost is not 1 minute lost. It is all the people in that environment, all of them lost one minute. And especially if you are paying for that minute, then you are not paying to one person, you are paying to all the people. If let's say you have 1,000 people working, 1,000 people working in the plant, and you are the manager, then if something happens, someone don't understand, they will say, oh, you just lose 1 minute, you just lose 5 minutes. 5 minutes, what is 5 minutes? 5 minutes is nothing. 5 minutes, what is 5 minutes? 5 minutes is nothing. You can start 5. I always give you a little bit time, give time to myself also, think about what I'm going to talk about, just be there, and then we start a little bit late. Yeah, but and we don't mind that. You guys are also chatting in that, serving coffee to each other and having a little bit fun. Nothing is wrong in that, but because we are in this environment. But if you want to talk about productivity, then when we start 5 minutes late and you are 12 people, we did not lose 5 minutes, we lost an hour. So that type of mindset is, maybe I want you to think about that. Yeah, not everyone agrees with this, by the way. It is just I'm saying this, but people don't agree with this also. Yeah, so you have to think about this, that how much time you have lost, especially in the context where our friends were talking about time management a lot. Time management is very important. But anyways, pay attention to the things that the guy said in the clip. Yeah, some other clips going to play. Please pay attention.
What happens when production does not work properly? The effects can be both. What happens when a production machine does not work properly? The effects can be both serious and expensive. Equipment breakdown can cause product defects, production delays, missed deliveries, lost sales, and dissatisfied customers. Equipment maintenance can play a key role in preventing these losses or wastes that are associated with equipment problems. Fundamental to lean production is the recognition and elimination of all forms of waste, so that each step in the process creates value for the customer. Nowhere is this clearer than in Total Productive Maintenance, or TPM. TPM is a systematic, proactive approach to identifying and eliminating waste associated with production equipment. TPM uses equipment effectiveness metrics to monitor and focus on specific losses: planned downtime, lost availability, performance losses, and quality losses. Ideally, every company would like production to be at 100%, but the actual effective percentage is usually much lower. The size of this gap is in part dependent on how a company manages its equipment maintenance. It is a basic principle in lean production that those closest to the product have authority, responsibility, and ownership of the production process. So in lean TPM, machine operators are empowered to take action, to identify and eliminate waste, and to initiate improvements. At the same time, TPM seeks to engage all groups that plan, use, or maintain equipment, and emphasizes the importance of production, maintenance, and engineering working together to identify and eliminate waste, solve problems, and make improvements. Teamwork is an essential element of TPM. TPM has 5 key pillars. These are the major steps or activities used to implement and sustain a successful total productive maintenance system: focused equipment improvement, operator autonomous maintenance, a planned maintenance system, skills development, and engineering maintenance reliability. TPM is integral to the lean production system and is part of the foundation of operational stability that makes lean possible. This course will introduce you to the key concepts.
Yes, maybe if you are interested in these type of things, maybe some course or some certification in lean is going to help you. I think Melissa did some course or something. She was mentioning in her reflection, I think so. maybe something like that. You can maybe think about that. One thing which I want to talk about from this clip was autonomous maintenance. Autonomous, what is autonomous maintenance? When you are giving the worker who is doing who is using the machine, the equipment, whatever it is, you give them the autonomy that you are responsible for this machine. You have to take care of this machine. You have to take ownership of this machine. So yes, the machine equipment belongs to the company, but we are giving you autonomy to see, to, if anything you think is going wrong, you take action. Whatever needs to be done, you do. Treat it like your own property. It is not your property, but treat it like your own property, your own thing. So that type of maintenance is called, we spoke about preventive, proactive, those type of maintenance. There are so many different types. Don't get worried with the names or anything. They are easy to understand. And this type which I'm explaining is autonomous maintenance, where the autonomy is given. Yeah. So if you want to have that type of maintenance in your organization, what type of culture you would want to promote? Yeah, you have to think about that. That ownership, the belongingness, all of those things, how they are going to come. So that was one part. Another part which I made note of as I was listening to this clip, and I'm sure, when you will listen, you will make different notes. When I listen, I make different notes. That is fine. You have to think about the things which click to you, not the ones which click to me. Yeah, of course. Watch a clip, see what clicks to you, then you read more on that, and then we can chat more about that, or whatever you want to do. That is fine. They mentioned in the clip that even when the 100% productivity is shown, in reality it is not 100%. It is far less than 100%. And if you are looking at that graph, or the numbers they were sharing, it's quite less than 100%, 70%, 80%. But let me try to think of some example which all of us can relate with, because with machinery equipment, I don't think everyone can relate with that. So one example can be, like the number of hours we study, number of hours we study. Like, how many hours do you study? So you might sit to study at 9 a.m. and you are sitting on your desk reading about different things till 5 p.m. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. you have not done anything. You did not had any sweets or anything, nothing at all, no water, no nothing. You just sitting there and just reading, studying. Yeah. Let's say you did that, and tomorrow is your exam or something, you did that. Now if you count how many hours you studied from 9 to 5, how many hours is that? 8 hours. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. it is 8 hours. So someone can say that, oh, you studied 8 hours. You might say yourself, but how many hours did you really study? Yeah. How many hours did you really study? If you really calculate, I think that based on my own calculations and observations, it might come to, even if it comes to 4 hours, 5 hours, that is quite a lot of time. Because what happens when you are studying? Are you 100%? Remember focus? We spoke about focus. Are you 100% focused for 8 hours? No. Your mind was going somewhere else? Yeah. Your mind was going somewhere else. You are thinking about something else. You are doing different things in your head. Even if you did not touch the phone, your mind was not 100% focused on the book for 8 hours. It was wandering all over the place. Yeah. So that is what it is. Like, even it's and that is why sometimes it is hard to really calculate the productivity. So how I would use to study, like, let me tell you how I used to study. I would sometimes it is easier to focus for a longer time, but other time, yes, I lose at least half time of studying. Mind wanders elsewhere while reading unrelated text. Beautiful. Yes, Yes, Katie. Yes, Purva. You guys are right. And it happens with almost everyone. Almost everyone. Even if you say that I gave an example of 8 hours, which is a long period of time. Let's take example of 1 hour. After this class, study for 1 hour and calculate the time. How much time did you really study? And how to calculate that? Keep a watch, something, some watch or some clock around you with the minutes and digital clock, not analog, digital with the exact minute and exact second. Whenever your mind is focused and you are ready to study, write down the time quickly. Look at the alarm, write the time, and then study. And then whenever your time loses attention focus, look at the clock, write the time quickly, and then let the mind is thinking about other things. Then again, when you are ready and focused, then look at the clock, write the time, and so on. Do this exercise. And you will be surprised. You are sitting there for 8 hours, 7 hours. What is the actual time did you really study? What was the productive time? And that is the actual time you study. In that, what is the productive time? It's quite less many times. Yeah. So from that angle, sometimes people calculate their productive time. So they would study for long period of time. Let's say they will study for 14 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours when they are fresh, energetic, all of that. And they will calculate this way, they will calculate, or there are other methods. This is how I calculated my time, but I'm sure there are other methods. You can learn about them online or be innovative and think on your own. So once you calculate that when you are sitting for 16 hours, you study for 6 hours. So you are sitting there for 16 hours, 15 hours, 14 hours, but in reality you only studied for 6 hours. So now you know that how much you can study. Even if you spend a lot of time, it is 6 hours for you. So once you know that it is 6 hours for you, for someone it can be 7 hours, for other person it can be 5 hours. I don't know that. You need to calculate that. Yeah. For me it is 9 hours. Yeah. I know my time. 9 hours. Yeah. So if my time is 9 hours 15 minutes, yeah, around that, I rounded it off. 9 hours 15 minutes, around that. So then I don't need to work full day. If you think about that, I can just start and then stay focused for 9 hours 15 minutes. Don't do anything else. Just stay focused, because I know that if I do that 9 hours 15 minutes, then I don't need to work more, maybe, because that is the average time for me, most productive time, 9 hours 15 minutes, 22 minutes, something like that. Yeah. So sometimes people do it like that. And if you do it like that, then you can create work-life balance. Yeah, you can create work-life balance, because it is your time. Maybe it is not 9 hours for you, it is 6 hours. So you will sit and you will do 6 hours of studies, and after that you will say, well, you are focused, 100% focused in that 6 hours. That's fine. Now you can do other things now, because that is your time anyways. Even if you study for 10-12 hours, you end up studying 6 hours with the focus. This is one way to look at. To be honest, these 5-minute breaks of the never felt rewarding to me, so it was difficult to stay. But different techniques, maybe it works for Purva and she likes those 5-minute break techniques. Marcus does not like breaks. I don't take no break. For me, break means this is the end. If I take break, then it's not a break. That is it. It is a very wrong practice. It should not be like this, but different people are different. Yeah. So these were some pointers I wanted to share from that from that from that that clip. Okay. A lot of clips are there, productive and what is reliability. This is interesting. What is reliability engineer? What are the things they do? Reliability and those type of things. You can read on this. This is nice, interesting. career path you can make, and it would be fun, I think. Um, yeah, couple of clips I want to play.
The maintenance work for me on that, we use it like a commission board where you have the daily tasks. And you do a simple card system where you do green and red. So in this particular task, mainly, check the coolant levels, and you do it at the start of the shift. The same thing is written on the other side. So at the beginning of the week, you'd have beginning of the day, you'd have this in all red. When the operator completes the task, they would come up to the board and just flip it over to say it's been completed. Now we have a visual that these have been done already today, these have not. Same thing for the weekly. At the beginning of the week, you turn these over to red, and then as the operator completes them, turn it over to green, and then at the end of the week, you flip them all back over for red. And then monthly, do the same thing. Within the month, as you complete them, you flip it to green. At the end of the month, you flip them all back to red, start all over again. Great visual system, very simple, easy to do, that you can create in your office, and anyone can walk by and see the status of the PM.
Proactive maintenance is a very important part of how PPL Electric Utilities maintains a high level of electric service reliability. At PPL Electric, we understand the importance of providing reliable electric service to our customers and the impact on the safety of the public. Therefore, we invest millions of dollars each year inspecting and maintaining equipment so we ensure the highest level of system reliability. We need to make sure our electric delivery system can perform well year-round, especially during the high-demand season of winter and summer. Helicopter and ground patrols of approximately 1,500 miles of transmission lines, substation equipment, and distribution facilities are all part of our maintenance program. Our comprehensive maintenance regimen also involves infrared inspections. Using sensitive thermal imaging equipment, we scan thousands of miles of overhead distribution lines each year. This proactive program helps us identify needed maintenance that will prevent future outages and improve service reliability. Along main highways and back roads, the overhead lines are scanned from an infrared camera mounted on a vehicle roof. The camera captures a thermal image of our critical electric components. This method detects potential problems such as overloaded lines and equipment which may not be visible to the naked eye. Seeing any excess heat picked up by the thermal camera helps us quickly identify equipment problems and schedule repairs on a timely manner to address the issues. Performing the infrared inspection is just one example of how we increase the reliability of electric service and reduce power outages. It's delivering on a commitment we make every day to deliver safe and reliable electric service to our customers.
Say, it looks like your business is going well. But let's take a closer look. Your workers don't want to be bothered with routine maintenance. And when machines aren't maintained, or when they're so dirty you can't even read the gauges, well, things go wrong. And if your company's approach is to wait until something breaks, do a quick repair, and then go right back into operation, eventually you'll have bigger problems, like long amounts of downtime throughout the company just to replace one small part. And that's where Total Productive Maintenance, or TPM, comes in. TPM is the lean approach to improving the manufacturing process, combining the traditional practice of preventive maintenance with total quality control and total employee involvement. TPM is not just an improvement program for maintenance staff only, or a program to only cosmetically improve machines. It is an organization-wide equipment improvement strategy which focuses on eliminating the major equipment-related losses. There are many approaches to TPM. At 4 principles, we've identified 7 pillars to ensure a practical, sustainable approach. It all begins with knowing your equipment's history. Instead of finding out how your equipment works only when it fails, we help your team build a database for each piece of equipment based on supplier recommendations and the operating conditions. So there's no guesswork. Your employees gain the skills and knowledge to know exactly what to maintain and when, and how long it will take if a part fails. Once the database is built, the processes have to be standardized, validating the key parameters and set points for each product. And then detailed training begins on how to measure the process, identify losses, and put in place solutions that will improve the process. We then begin planned maintenance, where routine maintenance is scheduled with actions, maintaining each part of the machine at recommended intervals to improve machine performance. Keeping the equipment clean is part of the procedure. Each team member is responsible for a clean, safe work environment. Regular cleaning can detect faults at an early stage, avoiding sudden breakdowns or bigger problems in the future. Spare parts are analyzed based on consumption and past purchases, so the spare parts that wear out often are always accessible. And once the system is set up, we take a pit stop approach to trial standard operating procedure tasks. We analyze what is and what isn't working, and key process indicators are monitored and managed to continuously improve the process. So, with TPM, breakdowns and machine speed and quality problems are reduced, and when things do go wrong, we don't have wasted time, missing parts, and idle workers. We have an efficient system in place where everyone owns his role in the implementation. These 7 pillars, along with a continuous improvement process, will help you achieve total productive maintenance. To find out more, contact us today.
Okay, thanks for that, Nasir. Yeah, so I was saying that whenever you see this term total, don't get worried or anything about that. Total preventive maintenance, total quality management. What essentially it means is that all the different aspects in that you want to look at all of them together, yeah, taking ownership and all of that. So that is why they are putting total in the front of it. But of course you need to look at these definitions and read them in a more proper way, and so on. So those things you would have to look at in your own time. There were a lot of different concepts which we tried to share today. So over a period of time you can learn a little bit about them, and they are not difficult. Yeah. Most of them, just by the name, you can make sense of that, like autonomous maintenance, giving autonomy to the person. So they are ownership. What type of cultural practices, what type of support you will, what type of worker you will want, who will want the autonomy to to take care of the equipment. And because if something goes wrong, then the worker is answerable also. Yeah. So think about these things. Not hard the way we are looking at it, but if you would want to go in more depth of this, of course, then a lot of mathematics is going to be, statistics, data analysis, those things are going to be involved in that. But even if you are not mathematical and you are not keen in mathematics, still you can make a nice career out of these. For example, SOPs, writing standard operating procedures manual. I think that is exciting. You can become expert in that. Just going to different places in the organization. You can go wherever you want and then ask them questions, ask them how we can improve. All of those things are quite enriching, and you learn a lot, especially if you like to talk with other people and so on. Yes. uh, yeah, last thing I want to mention, and after that we will close. The last thing is that this you know, many times as a manager, quality manager, productivity manager, it has a lot to do with observation and exposure. So you take a new job as assistant manager, productivity or quality or plant manager, assistant role. Yeah, that is how you would start, or maybe internship role, or and then you will reach at a higher level. So many times it is that you go to the plant and you are observing what are the things they are doing. Can they do something a little faster, a little faster? How have they placed different things, different equipment? How is the uh, how are the things placed? Which thing is placed closer to what? Or just observation. And even if you can reduce 15 second, 1 5 15 second for a job, you did not save the company 15 second. I just we just went through the calculation that if we start 5 minutes late, how much time we have lost. The same way, the 15 minute saving on a process, on a procedure, is not 15 seconds. It is going to multiply depending on how many times people are using that and so on. So it is many times productivity and quality is not like you are going to do something very big or whatever. Those things you will do, of course, but many times it is small changes which you identify, small areas improvement which other people have not looked at it, and you say, okay, can I reduce this? Other people are doing it in 1 minute. Can I do it in 55 seconds? It's 5 seconds only. That's fine, because it is not 5 seconds. It's going to multiply and have ripple effect on the plant. So those things, I think, when you are observation, I think I did not speak about observation day one and day two, and I'm not happy about that. Observation, go to the plant, observe, be there. Don't think about other things and your life issues. You are in the plant, you are in the job, observe, think. Go to other places, other plants if you can. Many times these managers, they would like to go to their competition and see how they are doing the things. Have they incorporated any type of technology, any new way of doing things? Observation. Yeah, observation. Yeah, and just making small changes, just making, don't think of making big change. Big changes are going to come over a period of time. With these small changes, just like Eleonora and Fatma, their examples were talking about small things which they are doing in their life, but at the end of the time they are giving a big productivity on that. So these are some of the things I wanted to say for today. Thank you very much.